Oh look, 54 million in my account. Oh look, the cargo is there. What a surprise!
Egg has been planted.
Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. For those of you who are new around here, I'm Cutlet, your not-so-friendly Star Citizen content creator. I do a lot of piracy and science because that's the requirement for piracy, and as a result, my crew and I usually end up breaking things in the game. And today, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. This exploit was discovered by us back in the early 4.0 preview when we jumped on a random hull C trying to move cargo through the Pyro jump gate. I did my best to keep it low-key and reported it privately, hoping it would be fixed ASAP. But apparently CAG cares only if this kind of money printing goes wild in the community. There are multiple reasons why I'm putting this video on YouTube now. Besides generating baseline content, you have to understand that I'm both a gamer and a pirate. Piracy is all about a living, breathing game world. When players end up with hundreds of millions just sitting in their accounts, without trading, mining, or salvaging, it really cripples the dynamic gameplay that makes piracy fun. So why now and not keep it quiet? Well, I reported this long ago. I hoped it would be fixed quietly in 4.0.1, but it wasn't, so I waited for 4.0.2. Now, with 0.2 in OpenPTU and a series of patches already, CAG isn't taking this serious enough. Yes, the exploit works both in 0.1 and 0.2 as of now, so use that at your own risk. The whole point here is to raise awareness and force CAG to fix it before 0.2 goes live. And here's the huge kicker. The upcoming Supply or Die event in Pyro, which most of you know about, adds a very expensive trade commodity, which, when multiplied with this exploit, turns your hull C into an infinite money printer. Alright, with all that said, let's get straight to it. For this exploit, you basically need two things: a hull C and a friend. Yeah, I know, asking for a friend means about 95% of you might bail just right now. Step 1. Load your hull C with cargo that belongs to another player. You can do this anywhere, in your extra large hangar while your buddy pulls up cargo at the freight elevator, at an outpost, or even in open space using a smaller ship to hold the cargo to the hull C. It's completely up to you. One important thing to notice: hull C cargo mass is dynamically calculated. In a gravity environment, as you load up, you'll eventually hit a limit and your hull C will start falling out of the skies. Oh, we're falling. That's it, guys.
Oh no.
I'm full. Boosting.
Don't put more on.
The lower the gravity, more mass you can sustain. If you decide to load it on the outpost, I recommend vertical nose-up position, and the moment you see your hull C starts going backwards due to its mass limit, instantly boost up and leave gravity. The further you are from the surface, less gravity will affect you. Once you're done loading, and in case you're in Stanton, you should head over to Pyro. For those who haven't done hull C trading in Pyro before, here's a quick list of stations with cargo decks: Ruin Station, Arbitrary, Checkmate, Megumi, and Gaslight. At your preferred sell location, if the cargo wasn't actually stolen but was obtained by your party member, have them leave the party so the cargo is considered stolen. Then perform a normal hull C sell operation. Go to the trade terminal, execute the sell, and get back to your hull C. Request the cargo decks box, fly your ship into it, and wait for the system to process your order. Hull C can be a bit wonky. You might need to reposition yourself or just wait a little longer, but eventually you'll notice the unloading progress bar blink for a second and hear that confirmation sound. The server is just... Oh! Is it done? Check your wallet and you'll see it has been inflated with a new portion of AUEC. Press F4 to check that your cargo is still attached to your ship. Congratulations, you are a filthy exploiter. Now just head back to the trade terminal and sell it again. Rinse and repeat. I guess at this point I should ask to like and subscribe, and what is more important, follow me on Twitch, because this is it for the money printer exploit itself, and a lot of you will probably close the video at this point. For those of you who want to know the probable cause behind this exploit, how we discovered it, and the results we achieved when we pushed it to the limit, keep watching. It all started with our piracy hit on an unsuspecting Hull C trader who was trying to move agricultural supplies through the jump gate towards Stenton. During the encounter, one of our guys got forcefully pushed by a wormhole back into the Hull C, turning it red and triggering its destruction by the gate protection turrets, which in itself is an awful experience for the Hull C pilot. I honestly kind of feel bad for the guy, and it's the whole other story how wrong the security system is. After the Hull C lost all of its cargo spindles and was eventually blown up, we had no choice but to pick up the remaining cargo. I brought my own Hull C, and once we transferred what was left from the original cargo, we headed to one of the Pyro stations with a cargo decks module. I did the sell at the trade terminal as usual, but when I tried unloading at the cargo decks box, something weird happened. The cargo transfer was marked complete, yet the cargo remained on the ship. It took me a few attempts to sell to realize what is going on, but eventually it clicked. And I have 6.6 million.
Alright, time to load up a whole C with Slam.
We were just printing money. Fast forward to today, 4.0.2 is out with the new supply or die event, and the exploit is still out there. With that in mind, we decided to push it to 11. One of the commodities for the event is Datatrin, a very expensive commodity given its supply and demand. To buy Datatrin, you head to one of the new depots across Pyro. These are usual open-air outpost locations with small freight elevators that let you pull up to 6 16 SCU boxes. With that in mind, we parked our Hull C in orbit about 100 kilometers above the outpost and started moving cargo with C2 and few other ships. It took us around 2 hours to fully load the Hull C since only one of the 3 elevators at the outpost was functional. Once loaded, we were set. We regrouped at Megumi Station with a few crew members on the Hull C in case of hostile boarding, a couple of fighters, and a small shuttle to take me from Hull C to the landing pad and back. Remember, your Hull C is in an extremely hostile environment the entire time, so a little protection goes a long way. And so it began. I parked the Hull C near the cargo decks and took the shuttle to the station. At the trade terminal, I executed the sell for more than 50 million AUEC, then rushed back to the pad, took the shuttle back and hopped into the Hull C. The moment I got in, I requested the cargo decks offload and entered the offloading box. After a bit of aligning, the transfer completed instantly, and we got our first 50 million paying back all of our investment. Oh look, 54 million in my account! Oh look, the cargo is there! What a surprise! I went for the second shuttle run, and in a few minutes, I was back in the seat and ready to get another 50 million. And boom, done. Oh look, 104 millions in my account! Wow! On the third run, the station was already struggling with the demand, so we made only partial sell that was over 20 million. But since the commodity is bought by every station, we just changed our sell point and I repeated the process 2 more times, ending up with around 250 million before we got bored. We also tested whether the exploit would work with mission cargo, but it never did. It seems to be limited to normal trading only. So we ended up unloading it manually into the freight elevator of the station. After all these tests, we came to the conclusion that Hull C trading via cargo decks was never implemented with cargo ownership in mind. Back in Stanton, not a single station with cargo decks would allow you to sell stolen goods. This changed with the introduction of Pyro, but the system was never updated to handle this scenario. Now it just breaks, unable to process cargo ownership correctly, so it simply leaves the cargo on the ship. This effectively turns any stolen or transferred cargo into an infinite money printing loop, as the game fails to recognize that it should have been removed after a sale. Alright, and there you go. To wrap things up, I cannot stress this enough. Printing 50 million every few minutes is not okay. We kept it low-key because the profits weren't crazy, we were just hoping for the fix. Sure, You could technically min-max it by loading multiple different commodities into your hull C to distribute the demand load at the stations, but that requires a lot of effort, game knowledge, and knowing about exploit in the first place. In the end, it just wasn't worth talking about. Until now. With 4.0.2 and this event on the horizon, there is no way to hide. The player base will find out eventually. Someone will pick up the stolen cargo on their hull C, and if the patch goes live like this, there won't be a quick fix. This has to be fixed before the live build. We've seen so many exploits and duping issues in 4.0, and CAG never bothered to wipe. We still have some other exploits, I won't mention them here, but this AUEC printing is ridiculous. If this goes live with the event, it might as well be the last nail in the what economy coffin. Expect the usual late wipe scenario where people are bragging about tens of millions and billions exploited and throw them left and right. I know some of you will say, who cares, it's an alpha, or you exploited, now you don't want everyone else to benefit, or even, haha, you're mad you won't have anyone to pirate, griefer. To that I say, yeah, it's an alpha, but I do care. I care about my content as a creator and the game as a gamer. I don't want to see an empty verse where everyone flies their exploited 890 jumps only caring about screenshots because they have no goals to bother months after the wipe. And no, we haven't exploited this beyond the initial discovery. We probably got an extra few millions on top, and that's about it. It is fun to dig into the game's inner workings and bugs, but sitting and printing money like there's no tomorrow is just boring. On that note, I'll leave you guys to decide what to do with this information. It would be great if you spread the word and made the community aware, so we can pressure CAG to fix this before it's too late, hopefully. And if you made this far into the video, mad respect. Drop a comment down below with what economy, so I know you're one of the real ones. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch for more Star Citizen chaos. I'm Cutlet, and I'll catch you in the verse.